Since the dawn of time, man has often sought ways to challenge himself and those around him. For a time, it concerned the physical world, but soon would transition over to the digital world, leading to celebration all over. But it would not last, for as individuals began to rise, some found that their stardom burned too bright and too quick. These are gamers, and this is their story.
All right, so the early 2000s was a really amazingly revolutionary time for gaming. I mean, you had a lot of groundbreaking shit come out of the pipes. You had the second PlayStation coming up, Nintendo making a comeback with, the GameCube, and then, of course,
Xbox. Considering that this Xbox at this moment is only running on 1/5 of the system's power, it's very impressive. Bill, do you have any idea what The Rock would be like if he were only running on 1/5 of his power?
Well, I would think that...
It doesn't matter what you think, Bill.
Oh my gosh, look, the original Xbox may have been the greatest thing to happen to modern gaming.
And why is that?
Well, first off, have you seen its controller? I mean, granted it's the size of a planet and I can't put my thumb on any of the top buttons, but it was still incredible. Also, it capitalized on something that no other system was capitalizing on. The internet.
I got some boys here who'll make you wish you were never born.
All right, let's kick some tail.
Microsoft, being a software company, knew the future was the internet, and they were able to capitalize on it at the right time. And then you saw an influx of MLG, esports, and a bunch of other online competitive gaming.
Professional gaming was on the rise, and with it, professional gamers.
this was the cusp of competitive gaming as we know it today, and there's a lot of potential out there. And of course, as sad as it is, as young as some of those players are, things were bound to get in the way. Yeah.
Oh my god, they just announced the new Madden! Fuck yeah, motherfuckers! Yo, what's up? This is Chad Johnson, and I was a professional gamer.
Chad Johnson was one of the hottest and brightest up-and-coming Halo and Madden players. His potential was insurmountable.
What can I say about Chad Johnson? Well, he was the only person ever in the history of gaming to be ranked number one in Madden and Halo simultaneously for 5 years straight.
He could literally get in the mind of an opponent. Like, you would hear him curse, and it would be like hearing Shakespeare himself. It was magical.
No one ever came within 50 points of him in Madden. Ever.
He became so big that even Call of Duty was scared of him.
This is not your mother's Call of Duty.
Good kill.
Just when you thought it wasn't enough, we took it a step further. There's more drops, more maps, more guns, and more 360 no-scopes than ever before. Got beef? Settle it on the war ground, or take it to the streets with a 1v1 on Rust. Can Chad Johnson beat that?
And of course, the very next week, Chad goes on to win the Halo World Tournament with his record-setting KD spread.
Too saucy, bro. Too saucy.
Yo, Chad, so you just won.
Hell yeah! This goes out to all you losers out there! Fuck you!
So you just came off the floor.
Yeah, that's right, baby! I'm number one! I am the best! Woo!
Alright, so, you just won.
Yes I did! And you know why? Because I'm number one! I am the best in the fucking world, fucking universe, anywhere! Come at me! I'm number one!
But I mean, Call of Duty just released a new commercial that says,
Don't ever talk about that Call of Duty shit in front of me ever again! It is not Halo, it is not Madden, and anyone who ever liked Call of Duty can go out and suck my dick! Fuck you, and fuck Call of Duty!
Call of Duty actually lost sales for 4 months straight after that.
Oh, that was a fucking awesome time, man. Halo was still fucking good. Call of Duty was still shit. But we had John Madden still being in Madden football. Do you even know who John Madden is? They created him in a lab specifically to be a part of Madden. It was a fucking awesome time, man. It was tighter than a girl's fucking pussy.
So what happened after that?
We don't talk about that shit, man.
I mean, in a way, it's almost a tragedy, huh?
Poetic justice couldn't even be more cruel.
But Chad wasn't the only one. There's also that goddamn nerd, Big Boss Broski.
Big Boss Broski. That guy.
2004, the DS comes out, and for the first time on a handheld console, people could battle wirelessly over the internet.
Well, you know, it was the mid-2000s, so no one really gave a shit because everyone's internet sucked dick.
Average internet speed was like, what, 1 megabyte? Yeah, right.
Wasn't until 2012. That's when competitive gaming took Pokemon over by storm.
As game streaming took off, and the children who grew up with Pokemon, well, grew up, there was suddenly a massive influx of competitive Pokemon tournaments, full of all sorts of nerds, geeks, and oddities, all trying to prove that they were the very best, like no one ever was. Among those frontrunners, a Cuban Miami native by the name of Big Boss Broski. So how long were you playing Pokemon for?
Oh god, gee. In my prime, maybe for about 13 years. I used to take time off from school and all that shit to play.
Do you miss it?
Yeah, I miss it, man. Fuck yeah, I miss it.
Before 2012, most people just picked their favorite Pokemon and made that their team.
What Big Boss Broski did was come in one day and started changing the whole system around. He sat there and started bringing stats into play. Stats!
Was that the first one? Maybe. I don't know. But looking at those stats, looking at those numbers, like, gee, you know, like, I don't know, why don't I just fucking use it?
So it's the 2012 Regional Championships in Miami South-Dade. Alright, now we got Big Boss Broski versus Slim Tim Jim. Boom!
So Slim Tim comes in with this stacked team. I mean, he was trying to become the first person in history to win it all with just water Pokemon. I mean, here he is. This future Hall of Famer, one of the greatest to ever grace the dual 3DS screens, and Broski's just sitting there, completely unfazed.
Of course I was confident. Super, I did my research, I looked at the stats of his fucking team, and I kicked his little bitch ass.
Well, here it is. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but Slim Tim Jim is down to his final Pokemon.
That's true. He may be down to his final Pokemon, right? But here's the deal about that, Hank. He has his best Pokemon left. His Blastoise, and that's a great Pokemon.
I forgot about that, Frank. You are right. That is his most clutch of the Pokemons.
Which is why it's surprising right now that Slim Tim Jim is on his heels. There's no way this is possible. It's going to be a miracle for him to pull it off. I mean, he's completely stunned. And oh my god, Broski just pulled out Pikachu.
Oh my god, it's over! It's over! Oh god, the biggest upset in Pokemon history is unfolding right in front of our eyes there, Frank! Big Boss Broski has defeated Slim Tim Jim in the championship. What a sport, what a game, what a day, what a match!
Oh, complete 3-round sweep. I've never seen anything like this before. This is incredible. Oh, here's Broski's catchphrase. You ready?
Ba, ba, booey.
Oh, yeah! Ba-ba-boo-ba-boo-boo. I love that little motherfucker. That Cuban got it, man.
I've never seen
crazy bitch did it. He did it. This is unprecedented. Pow! Just like that, he was a star.
It seemed like everywhere you went, Big Boss Broski was right there with you.
Mad Cats, GameStop, Game Freak, Dude was even on the cover of Nerd magazine.
I mean, as little as 3 weeks, Broski was on the cover of Video Games Illustrated magazine as Gamer of the Year. That's unheard of.
Everybody was talking about him. At one point, he was the only thing you saw on TV.
A record that none thought could be broken has come down tonight. That's right. The mark that everyone thought was legendary is now just a passing mark, as Big Boss Broski has surpassed Slim Tim Jim for the all-time consecutive win streak. Whew! Let's send it out to the Around the Air Horn guys, see what they have to say about it.
Is he the greatest of all time? Or?
Of course he's the greatest of all time. Look, he beat
Well,
Slim Tim Jim.
I don't know.
And he has more than 6,000 wins in 2 years. That's not even mathematically possible, but he found a way to do it.
Chris, I think you're going at semantics here. But you know what? You're going to lose some points for that. Rob, what do you think, though, of all this? I mean, is he the best?
Yeah.
Be big. Be boss. Be
Broski.
Bah.
So, what made you stop?
I don't know, man. Too many fucking scrubs.
As is normally the case with these things, they just didn't have that passion.
Some say he got bored. Others say he just accomplished everything he needed to.
It really does make you wonder, though. What could have been?
Yeah, I'm gonna count it down. I mean, it lets me do math and all that shit, stuff and stats, stuff I like to do. I may not make as much money as I used to, but at least I'm comfortable doing it.
Such a waste, though.
The greatest Pokemon talent, and he's gone.
It's really weird to kind of talk about and think about Broski again, because it seems like almost overnight, America just completely forgot about him.
How could they not, though? Because almost instantaneously after Big Boss Broski,
Lucky Shot
Larry.
Ooh, boy.
So, what made you choose that name?
Oh, I just thought it was ironic because I'm a woman.
So, League of Legends or LoL comes out in October of 2009, and overnight it is a smash hit.
Gamer Business Insider is calling it the fastest grossing game since Super Smash Bros.
people are talking about this shit left and right.
And at the forefront was this woman who was entering her senior year of high school.
So, how did you get into League?
Well, my boyfriend and I, we had just broken up, which was fine. I mean, I was sleeping with like 5 other guys at the time, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. And I had just saved up enough money from my summer job to build my own PC. And Jake, this guy that I was fucking, he was super into PC gaming. I thought that was hot as fuck.
Within 2 weeks, she's at the top of the leaderboards, well past second and third place.
Everyone's thinking, who is this cat? And why the hell is he ranked higher than I am?
Of course, what no one knew at the time was Lucky Shot Larry was a she. And she was really damn good.
So 2013 comes along, and it's the 3rd league tournament. LoL is just entering its prime.
Everyone's excited for it.
IGN.
GameSpot.
GNN.
The GBC. The AIDS. The Puerto Rican African American Association for Tortoises.
Game Boys.
Putin is up in this bitch. He's excited for it.
The whole world was there, and it stopped for this one tournament.
Do you remember what teams you were up against?
Oh yeah, of course, sure. I mean, there was Gamania Bears, Solo Mid, Samsung Galaxy Ozone, Club Royal, T1, and then, of course, Team Lucky Shot. So.
Going into this tournament, Lucky Shot Larry was well above and beyond any other League player.
Were you nervous at all? Anything going through your head?
No, not really. I just really wanted to get some food. I was starving. Oh, that, and I wanted to go to the restroom to fix my hair, but by the time I got out of the bus and wore my high heels, I just let the camera start flashing away. It was pretty cool.
It was a riot out there. I mean, everybody freaking out, seeing Lucky Shot Larry for the first time, and realizing that he was a she.
Somehow one of the networks got hold of her Facebook and Instagram profile and released it to the public. She became the most viewed profile for 3 months straight after that.
Some people say that it was the Game Boys who released this info. Is that true? Did you do all that?
No, not at all.
Are you sure?
Look, I have a production meeting to go to.
No worries, dude, hold on. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I mean, I won.
They slaughtered T1 in that final. Wasn't even close.
Do you miss it at all?
You know, I really haven't thought about it, but, no, not really.
You were the best in your industry, though. How could you not?
I don't know, I guess I just like what I'm doing now better is all.
Even though you're making well over 300% less than you could be?
Yeah. Yeah. I never thought about that before.
But all these tales of greatness pale compared to one.
Man, you really want to get into that shit?
Henry James.
Henry fucking James.
Oh, I need another drink if we're gonna bring up that asshole. That guy is a fucking nerd.
You guys are stretching pretty far back for this one, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess we are.
Oh, fuck yeah, this is my shit right here. So back in 2006, Billy Mitchell held the world record for Donkey Kong. That's before Steve Wiebe stepped in and took it over. The two kept going back and forth until about 2010. That's when Henry James came in and took it all away.
He had a commanding
legendary score
of 2,358,551. Something no one ever thought was possible. That's 1,140,551 points higher than the second place finish.
Yeah. Pretty good, I guess.
What did you do before all that?
I was a knife salesman, actually.
And how much were you making?
Pretty decent living.
And how much did you make for being the Donkey Kong world record holder?
Can I say that on air?
So, from that record alone, Henry made $555 million, and he's still getting residuals.
That fucking nerd won so much fucking money playing one motherfucking game. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's a classic. What do you expect? There's still so much interest and pull to those kinds of games.
According to Gamer Insider, classic games like Donkey Kong, Galaga, and Pac-Man rake in over $7 billion annually from residual sales.
This guy here is kind of laying low right now in hibernation, but will bloom into a beautiful green prickly cactus when the time is right.
In fact, Henry has received amounts of residuals so ludicrously high that we've chosen not to list the actual amount out of fear of affecting your self-esteem.
This is kind of like one of my sort of like proud areas here because I just water this every morning, and it's some poison ivy, which I know sounds controversial because people are like, why do you want poison ivy in your backyard? But you know, I like to live on the edge. I remember the old days of Konging, and being around danger kind of keeps me going. I gave up that life.
I don't know. Same reason they always do, I guess.
Heart's not in it. Something else got in the way.
I just wasted it. Wasted it on girls, having a social life, having friends that weren't your game console, not jerking off every second of every day. They had to sacrifice a lot.
Chad, Broski, Lucky Shot, Henry, I mean, it's all the same, really.
It's always going to be what could have been. How great could they have become?
Chad Johnson would easily be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, there's no doubt that he would be the all-time best. But Unfortunately, jail got in the way.
The dude gave up his gaming career. For what? Marriage?
Broski could have set records that would have taken decades to overcome. But sure enough, his records are already close to being beaten. All just to become an accountant.
Lucky Shot Larry threw away potentially billions of dollars. And for what? Modeling career?
Bro, she was really hot though.
How much of that did you drink?
Oh, fuck, dude. I'm out. Now I gotta get more. Son of a bitch.
What do you do now? I'm a hedge fund manager.
Why? Why?
We are still no deeper to unraveling the mystery of these falls from grace. Do we just prolong our inevitable demise? Is it a symptom of what our experts are dubbing real life? Are we all truly one and the same, playing characters with little to minimal physical difference from one another? All thought-provoking questions, but whose answers will have to wait. Until next time.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, oh, our heart's so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Every challenge along the way, with courage I will face. I will battle every day to claim my rightful place. Come with me, the time is right, and there's no better team. Arm in arm we'll win the fight, it's always been a dream. Pokemon, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, oh, our heart's so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.